What's up? Once again, Skins Nation. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another primetime edition of Pigskin Facts, History, and News. And I am your host of hosts, Fred Watson Jr. And week 4 has come and gone. And unfortunately, again, for our beloved Skins, we got whooped. We got whooped. We're at the bottom of the NFC East. We are 0-4. Yes, Dallas lost last night, but they're still planets miles and miles and miles and miles ahead of us. They're in first place in the division. Philly at number 2, tied with the Giants, and we're in the basement. We're in the dark right now. As an organization, as a team, honestly speaking, we suck. We stink. So, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Well, first of all, before we go anywhere, um, we need to start with the coach because it's almost like Jay Gruden has pretty much given up on our team, and the decisions that he's making as a coach just seem very very irrational right now. And so, I I personally I have a death wish. What is my death wish? My death wish is to kill, assassinate, and take out the coaching regime of Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden. He needs to go. Not at the end of the year. He needs to go now. So if we have to, we need to hire Charles Bronson to take him out. He's got to go. Minuski, he's got to go. So there's just like a lot of loose ends right now on our team right now that need to be cut out, that need to be dealt with. Before we go any further, before I go any further and do further analysis on the aftermath of the Redskins' 24-3 loss to the New York Giants, um, just want to answer the questions that I had from my last segment. Had 3 questions, and as you notice, I'm wearing my sunglasses again. So, as a fan, I'm always going to be a Redskin fan. I love my Skins. But right now, we suck. And we're almost the worst team in the league. I think we're worse than the Miami Dolphins. So, we play them in 2 weeks. So, anyway, first question. What is the Redskins' woeful record in Monday night football games? That last 18 games, what is the Redskins' woeful record in Monday night football games? Answer: 1 win and 17 losses in the last 18 Monday night football games that we've been played in. 1 and 17. Not a good stat. Number 2, what 2 former great Redskin players became a broadcast team for 23 years? What 2 former great Redskins became a broadcast team for 23 years? Answer: Sam Huff, linebacker, former Redskins linebacker great Sam Huff, and former quarterback great Sonny Jurgensen. They became a broadcast team for the Washington Redskins for 23 years. And lastly, the last question: who is the greatest punter to wear burgundy and gold, setting a Redskins record 896 punts? That's phenomenal. That's a lot of kicking. That's a lot of pigskin kicking. Who is the greatest punter to wear burgundy and gold, setting a Redskins record 896 punts? Answer: Mike Bragg. He was the Redskin punter in the from the mid to the late 1970s or early 80s. Mike punter Mike Bragg, and our punter right now um, seems to be one of the better players that we have on the team right now. Um, so our punter, he should pretty much, if we can keep him, he might end up getting that record because he's done a good job. May. So anyway, uh, let's go on and review this game yesterday. I know a lot of you are probably not just disappointed but disgusted, sick of it. Um, Probably just want to wash their hands of the whole season and just look forward to the NFL draft next year. 2 weeks looming coming up. We have the Super Bowl champions, um, and basically the way that we're playing right now. I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't even look like we even have a chance to win the game. We're playing the Super Bowl champions. Come on, the best team in the league against the worst team in the league. So, I call that the ridiculous bowl because we pretty much know what the outcome is going to be in that game, and that game looms this Sunday at FedEx Field against the New England Patriots and Tom Brady coming to town. Yesterday, wow. I mean, what can I say? Case Keenum started at quarterback yesterday, and from what happened in Chicago, continued in the first series. He threw an interception. First play from the line of scrimmage, he goes deep to Trey Quinn, overthrows him. Few plays later, throws the ball, picked off by the Giants. And Keenum, he finished 6 of 11 for 37 yards, and before he was out of the game, in an interception. And our offensive line, I know we got injuries. Brandon Sheriff didn't play yesterday. Our center Chase Roulier, he was out. So our great rookie, I call him great because he's playing great. Our rookie wide receiver, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, aka. He was out yesterday from a hamstring. So once again, the string of injuries continues. But in the NFL, it's not an excuse. It's next man up. It's the next man up. And, they're professionals, and they're just going to have to step up to the plate. Pretty much. You're a professional in the NFL, and I know injuries hurt the team, and they affect the team. But, we play the games. It's no excuse. We gotta go with the flow. We've been dealing with this the last couple of years, having the last 2 seasons, 20 people out injured or on injured reserve. And I don't know how many it is right now, but it's like the trend is continuing. It's like, how do we break this curse? Because it's like a curse. Anyway, so Keenum didn't do well. He was taken out of the game. Jay Gruden in his interviews pretty much said that he was taken out of the game because of his foot situation. First half, the Giants, Daniel Jones, he did his thing. He was 23 out of 31 for 225 yards, a touchdown. He did throw 2 picks, but it really didn't affect the Giants because their defense kept our offense out of the end zone and pretty much off the scoreboard. So that really didn't matter, even though they had their share of turnovers. Wayne Gallman, their running back, he had 118 yards from scrimmage, 18 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. The Giants were very effective on third down. They were 8 of 13 on third down. And it just seemed no matter how the first half, how much we got in Daniel Jones's face. He would just get rid of the ball and bam, complete it. I mean, he was just on point in the first half, and it was like everything we tried to do to stop him, we couldn't get to him. And even when we had a sack against him, we collapsed the pocket. The guys on our front four did a good job. They collapsed the pocket. They sacked him, but there was a penalty. So that's one of the things that's been killing us all year is penalties. We had 12 penalties yesterday for 58 yards. They say football is a game of inches. Well, if it's a game of inches, we gave away a lot because 58 yards probably would have meant a lot more if we wouldn't have had those penalties. And it probably, who knows, we probably could have had more points on the board depending on the situations that were going on yesterday. 5 of the 12 penalties that we had was on our defense, was all on members of the secondary. And all 5 of those penalties went for first downs for the New York Giants. So that right there is just a backbreaker, as well as the turnovers. Our rookie quarterback came into the game, Dwayne Haskins. He threw 3 picks. He was 9 of 17 for 107 yards and 3 interceptions. But see, I do not knock our rookie quarterback, and I will not sit here and criticize him because it was not his fault. This man was not prepared to come into this game and play. Practice, he's not given any kind of reps for the first team. He needs reps in practice. So if he's going to play, he needs to be set up for success. And what I call that on Coach Gruden's part, I call that coaching malpractice. Because our rookie quarterback was set up for failure. He never got any kind of reps in practice with the first team. He should be getting that anyway. He should be getting reps with the first team in practice anyway to get better, to understand the offense, to get into a rhythm. That was quite obvious when he was in the game yesterday that there was no rhythm. The timing was off with the receivers. Why? Because he gets no reps in practice. He's with the practice squad. So who's doing is that? It's the coach. Coaching malpractice. He needs to play. Yes, granted. I think quarterback Dwayne Haskins, right now, he needs to play. Let him play. Give him the reps in practice now. Give him the reps with the first team. He needs that. He is not going to learn sitting behind Case Keenum and Colt McCoy. They are not the poster boys for golden quarterbacks or quarterbacks elite. He's not going to learn anything sitting behind Case Keenum or Colt McCoy. Let him play. Let him go through his growing pains as a rookie quarterback. But give this man his reps in practice so he can be up to speed and let him develop his timing with the receiving core. Now, if it was Alex Smith that was playing quarterback, then that would be different. Alex Smith is a good quarterback, and he's somebody that Dwayne Haskins could definitely learn from. Our bright spots. Before I get to that, the Redskins yesterday only had 176 yards of total offense. 2 for 11 on third downs. Only 18%. On the other side of the ball, the New York Giants converted 8 of 13 on third down, just like they allowed the Bears the last game. Well, they were 8 of 12. The Giants were 8 of 13, 62%. We're averaging on third down, giving up third down, 62%. That's worse than the NFL. The Giants had 164 total yards rushing. That's just as many yards that we had totally on offense, total offense. The Giant defense, they got 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, and a pick 6. Jabril Peppers intercepted. Dwayne Haskins ran one back. That upped the score from 17-3 to 24-3. So the Giants scored 14 points off of 4 Washington turnovers. Big difference maker in the game, right there. Big difference maker. Case Keenum overthrew, threw a bomb again to Trey Quinn's direction. Wide open. Could have been a 56-yard walk-in touchdown. Overthrew him. Wide open, and he overthrew him. That could have cut the score from 14-7. That could have changed the momentum of the game and completely changed the complexion of the game around. But because he overthrew him, missed opportunity. Another thing that's been killing our team this year is missed opportunities. We have the New England Patriots coming into town, friend. The world champions. They're coming to town. So we have an offense right now that can't even get past the line of scrimmage, and we have a defense that can't even get off the field. Go figure. Go figure. Bright spots. What's the bright spot for our coach? Is the future bright for him? Yeah, about as bright as a basement. Quentin Dunbar, cornerback Quentin Dunbar, kudos to you. Good play yesterday. He came back off an injury. He had 2 interceptions for the Redskins yesterday, and but we didn't do anything. Unfortunately, we didn't convert. And it would have been nice if we could have converted on those 2 interceptions, because 2 giant drives were stalled. And that could have definitely changed the momentum of the game. Another bright spot, Dwayne Haskins, and mostly all the rookies had a bad game yesterday. Cole Holcomb had his worst game. Quarterback Dwayne Haskins, like I said, I don't blame him and I don't criticize him, because he was set up for failure. There was no preparation. See, the New York Giants, we heckled the New York Giants. We heckled Dave Gettleman for drafting Daniel Jones as the 6th pick in the NFL draft. We heckled him because this kid was out of Duke. It's not a big program, and he didn't really win any big games, but he did. The Duke Blue Devils did have a winning team, but they weren't as highly as prominent as the Ohio State Buckeyes with quarterback Dwayne Haskins in the helm, behind the helm. But what the Giants did was they said Eli was benched, and they named Daniel Jones the starter, and they gave him his reps in practice. And look what happened in Tampa last week. He came in that game and show improved and provided a spark and a come from behind victory to beat the Buccaneers 32-31. Impressive. I take my hat off to Dave Gettleman, because obviously he saw something that nobody else in his organization saw. The kid played 3 years at Duke. But obviously he saw something, and the kid is, yes, I know Tampa Bay is not a great team, but he played well during the preseason also. Played very, very well. And it showed last week, and he played very well yesterday. But our quarterback, like I said, I do not criticize our quarterback, because he was never put in a place for success. He was never put in a place by the coaching staff to prepare. So it's like, why doesn't this man get any reps with the first team to get a more understanding of the game? But my thing is, Coach Gruden didn't want to play him. But yesterday, he was with no choice. Once again, coaching malpractice. I blame that on the coaching staff. Their failure to prep a rookie. You don't put a rookie in the game and he's unprepared like that. It just didn't make any sense. But Dwayne Haskins, he was a bright spot yesterday because he came in the game and on the first drive he provided a spark. You know, he completed 2 of 4 ball for 40 yards, and he even broke loose and ran for a first down and almost got in the end zone. And unfortunately, on that play, we couldn't punch it in. We had to settle for a field goal. And then the rest of the game, um, he struggled. He had trouble. But I blame the coaching staff for that. For that reason, he was not prepared. He was not put in a position to prepare, and he is going to be better. He is going to get better, and he is going to learn. And he has flashed his potential of what he brings as far as his A game. And when he gets a grasp of this game and he gets reps, he's going to be a quarterback to be reckoned with. So, Skins fans, be patient. It wasn't his fault. It was the coach's fault because this man was set up for failure. He was just thrown in with the Lions. But now, my opinion, let him play. Let him play. The year basically right now is shot. Let this quarterback develop. Let him play. Let him go through his growing pains so he can move on to the next phase. Quarterback Dwayne Haskins is going to be a great one for the Redskins. You will see that. You will see. So looming next week. Looming next week, fans. The Super Bowl champions, the Patriots, are coming to town. Yes, the Patriots. That's what looms this week, this Sunday at FedEx Field, is the Patriots. In 2 weeks, we're not going to have the Super Bowl. We're going to have the Toilet Bowl. The 2 worst teams in the NFL going head to head in 2 weeks. And actually, they've barely favored the Redskins over the Dolphins by 1 point. So the Toilet Bowl will be not for the rights of the Lombardi Trophy. It'll be for the right for the first pick in the NFL Draft 2020. So I don't know if the Dolphins are going to try to lose on purpose or the Redskins might get in the way of that and lose the game on their own. Something's got to give. So that's what looms going forward. Where do we go from here? We need a new coach. We need to remove the old system of the way things have been done, and we need to start over. And the players need to be comforted by a new coach to come in and say, "Hey, look, we're going to start over. We're going to do things the right way because a lot of things that were done here weren't right or out of whack or didn't make any sense or were completely idiotic." So moving forward, we've already hit rock bottom. So there's no way to go as an organization but up. And I believe that even with the coaching staff right now, a change, there's still many changes aside from that need to be done. And one big thing will probably be the players' attitudes, because right now they're in a system that I know and you know that they don't believe in. They're in a system right now where they're hanging their heads. They're like, what's the point? So there's 12 games left, and hopefully Daniel Snyder does the right thing and calls Jay Gruden and says, "You're done." Like a well done steak on a hibachi grill. You're done. You're well done. It's time to go. It's time. And defensive coordinator Minuski, he needs to go. I don't know what kind of coaching practices that they're doing, but it just seems like on the offense we get a lot of holding. On the offensive side of the ball, we get a lot of holding penalties. On the defensive side of the ball, same thing, either holding or pass interference. And I noticed that a lot of times our corners are playing far off of the ball. Challenge the receivers on the line. Challenge the receivers on the line because that might disrupt their routes, or give us a chance to break on the ball better. But playing off where they're coming full speed at you, and then the only way you can adjust is to grab and to hold, it's not going to work. So I don't know. It's just so many. It's just like a long list of things right now from top to bottom as far as our team that just needs to be fixed. And we just need to make a list to Santa, and he can send us some gifts, some jewels, some presents, and change things around for our organization. All right, Skins Nation, that's all I have for today. I will see you Friday, where we will play the New England Patriots, and I'll do an in-depth analysis on that game, a preview on that game, and I'll be back Friday with more facts and history and news. So, with that said, I'm your host of hosts, Fred Watson Jr., Pigskin Facts, History and News, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.